Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different, and if you're returning, welcome back. You know how we do if it doesn't resonate with you. If you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So channel members, you guys will have a collective message that posts tomorrow evening, so definitely check that out. And you guys will also have your first ever book review on Friday. So if you are interested in channel memberships, that link will be in the description box below. Okay. Let's go ahead and get started. Taking a step aside. And allowing spirit to pass through me. Opening up to receive information. Okay, so I'm seeing the planet Saturn. In this context, it feels a little bit like the energy is speaking towards time and cycles. And then I'm seeing a flower inside the crystal ball. But the flower, it's like a daisy, but it has like a one petal has been removed. I'm seeing it being removed. Okay, there we go. So there's something here about a cycle that we've removed from our lives in some way. Interesting. It's almost like, oh, interesting. Oh, wow, that's very interesting. Okay, listen. So, a lot of people, they have something inside their life that they're trying to get rid of in terms of a cycle, but then they still find that that cycle keeps continuing, right? And the energy that I'm being given is of a collective here who, even though you have this particular cycle that maybe has been odious, that's how it's coming across to me, is like an odious cycle. The other cycles within your life, because we have cycles everywhere within our life, this is just how energy moves. Someone has essentially upgraded those things inside their life, and what it's done is it has created the perfect platform where this old cycle can no longer exist. So maybe it's something that you've worked on throughout your life, but you just find that you keep winding up in it somehow, or you keep attracting the same thing. But because you're operating in a way that the rest of your life has upgraded, this part of your life can no longer vibrate at the previous level. So this is good news. This is good news. So why is this coming out now? Let's see. Do I take that? Yes. Cut. Okay. And then bottom. Okay. These are a cluster energy I am hearing, so we're not reading in an order, it's all together. Three of Pentacles, the Sun, and the the Six of Wands. There's some, oh wow, success and illumination in terms of a foundation. So there's something here deep inside of our core that we've successfully transmuted. Okay, and again with the Six of Wands, it almost feels like various areas of our life have been transmuted. Again, the foundation, right? So there's some sort of structure inside of our life that we have improved inside this particular collective who this message is coming through for. And because of this, this is what it's bringing us into. We have the Empress, which is part of our growth, is that this devil energy is now moving on with the Chariot card. So there is a profound healing that has taken place here. The reason why I say profound is because it's not just a healing, it's a healing that's showing up still in conjunction with the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is the Queen of self-care, but she's the Queen of manifestation. So we've manifested some sort of healing inside of our lives. So whoever this message is for, this has not been a passive action. This has been something that you have worked for, right? It's not like letting time take care of something. It's not even just going into sort of like those feminine internal spaces. It's been, I'm going to work at bettering my life and my 3D, and maybe moving myself out of bad situations. And, you know, it's that very active masculine principle. It's kind of the energy that I'm being given, because she is the queen of manifestation. She's about the 3D. So, this is an interesting thing to come through right now. And the reason why I'm going to say right now is because it's coming on the tail end of the messages that I got for the last 2 or 3 days, which were very liminal and very magical. One was about tapping into like a magical current. Another one, if I am remembering right, was about like time, space, and kind of moving between those energies. And then we have this energy that's coming up that's about active manifestation in the 3D, allowing the space for an old cycle to dissipate and to be removed. So there's something here with Saturn showing up in the very beginning where we were probably stuck to this energy. And because we've worked on all the surrounding energies around it, it kind of chiseled away the energetic tether that kept that cycle stuck. Sometimes what people do is they try to go after the thing and they just keep butting their head up against a brick wall, right? And it never ends. No matter what they do, it just never ends. And so whoever this message is for, you figured out that if you're doing the same thing over and over, then maybe that's not the thing you have to tackle, right? Maybe there's other things and other energies that have to be shored up and put in place in order for it to support an actual change. So this is what's happened here in this collective. Let's see. I don't know why this guy's standing out to me. He's standing out because he's crossing his arms. His arms are crossed over his chest, which it's like X marks the spot, so it's heart space stuff. So for many of you, this is going to be in terms of the expression of love. For others of you, it's going to be about money. Okay, and so maybe there have been, especially with the Queen of Pentacles showing up, again, self-care, self-love, also money. So there's going to be something here about that heart space that's been a very big part of the healing journey. A lot of the healing that happened had to take place within the mind because we have the Four of Swords, and so it's a very mental healing. And I want to say that, so if you notice here, well, we have a queen, we have an empress as well. And so both of these are very mother energies. So for some of you, there may have been a lot of clearing out of energies. How do I want to put this? How does that feel to me? Clearing out of energies that either came from a maternal line, so a maternal storyline, right? So maybe we had our mother, we watched our mother go through like poverty stories or difficult love relationships or something like that. There's something here that's coming in from the maternal line. And that's another thing that's been coming out inside the readings a lot lately, is something from our ancestry, something being passed down, whether it's spiritual inheritances or certain energies that are locked inside of like our DNA, inside of our makeup. There's our energy DNA. There's something here that's going on. I'm seeing like this mushroom, and then I'm seeing there's a point inside of a mushroom's growth that's called when the tearing of the veil, and that's when it first opens. And this is when many mushrooms are the most potent. There's something here about potency. It's like this moment where this cycle is leaving and it creates that openness within the flower. I'm going to use all these analogies here. It's just the way it's coming out to me. It is a moment of potency. So there's something about manifestation with the Queen of Pentacles being the bottom of the deck. This is a good time for someone to manifest because there's an opening in the energy, right? It's almost like a portal moment inside of someone's life or someone's psyche. And then we also are seeing that here with the Sun card, because notice the Sun card has a third eye, which I find kind of interesting. And the third eye, a lot of people associate it with receiving psychic information. I like to think of it as the point through which we manifest, right? It's our vision for ourselves. It's what we see and what we create in the world, which is why the Fool card with his little karma baggie has a pine cone on that bag. If you're interested in things like that, again, the Major Arcana Series is part of the channel memberships. That series is up, so you can check that out if you want. I find it kind of interesting because right now what's standing out to me are the pentacles with the circles around them. Now, traditionally circles bind. So someone here, you may have had 3 very specific areas of your life where you felt bound in some way. So for example, maybe it was inside of your friendships, inside of your career, inside of your ability to create solid foundations or solid roots for yourself. The number 3 and having 3 bound is really standing out to me in some way. Maybe this may have extended for someone feeling like your conscious self and your subconscious self and all these things are very separate from each other, not able to communicate. There's something, or maybe 3 generations in your family. There's something about the number 3 and being bound that's coming through this, and that is part of this block. And this is why no matter how much we tried to work on this one particular cycle, we could never get anywhere, right? You might have done everything that you needed to do, and yet you still landed in the same place. These energies were on the interim, and they needed to be worked through and elevated, specifically elevated in some way for this wall to come down. So this is what somebody's facing right now, is there's sort of like this aperture has suddenly opened up where this dense block of energy that existed no longer exists. And I almost feel that someone is experiencing this as a feeling of not confusion, but more like a what do I do now? Right? Like, well, what do I do now? Or a feeling of feeling a little untethered in some way. Now, I have a deck out here that I'm not using for this reading, but the back of it is actually standing out. Notice how these are 2 hearts. And in the middle of the 2 hearts, we have the Vesica Pisces, right? And there's like this bright light that's just shining between them. So it's something with the heart and third eye. It's almost like someone's vision has been activated in a new way. There's something new that's growing, because if you look, there's trees. There's something new that seems to be growing now that some sort of heart space thing has healed. So this is very much in alignment with the heart space and how the heart space has basically hindered or limited someone's personal vision for themselves and what they believe that either they are able to accomplish or what they're able to receive, maybe even both. Okay, I'm being given some symbols. If you're new to my channel, the symbols do not mean that the reading is or isn't yours. It simply means that if the symbols resonate for you, pay extra attention. So the first symbol that I'm being shown is a plant, and I think this is vervain. No, vetiver. It's vetiver root. Okay, I'm seeing a quartz crystal, and the quartz crystal is at the end of something. This is almost like somebody has made like a little wand that has like a quartz on the very end. Okay. I'm seeing a fossil. It's a lighter colored rock that has like little fossils in it. The bagua. And then it's like a little toy bat of some kind that like dangles. It's like a dangly bat, a dangle bat. Oh, why does that amuse me so much? Okay, and then one of those real old, oh wow, this is old school. One of those real old school candle holders that has like the little loop and you like hold on to it as you like walk through the house, like Scrooge. It's one of those, yeah. Okay, interesting. All right, and I think those are the symbols. Is it just me, or were those like really like wild like fringe symbols? Those are fringe symbols. Those are the symbols. So okay, let's see, where are we going? What deck are we going to? We're going over here. Okay. So this whole thing over here, right? This whole thing that we had to illuminate ourselves about, it's again, lots of mental energy, right? It's something in the mind that had to be healed, something in the way that we think had to be healed. And I'm seeing that here with the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is interesting because the Seven of Swords, yes, it can be self-sabotage. And I am feeling that here, like we have come to a place where we understand how we've kept ourselves stuck in some way. But more so than that, the Seven of Swords is where he is sabotaging another camp in order so that he can keep himself safe. So someone here, it may not necessarily be sabotage of self so much as it is a defense mechanism, protective measures, right? I do feel that for most of you that's going to translate into having sabotaged something for yourself in different areas of your life, because there's multiple tents here. Again, there's 3. But I feel more specifically it's about having protective measures in place, keeping yourself well protected. Some of you, you may even recognize that in the distant past, maybe not so distant past for some of you, there may have been tendencies of manipulation in order to try to keep yourself safe, okay? I don't know why, but Moscow just came through for somebody, so, yeah. All right, let's see. The Devil comes up again. Same position too. So the Empress at the Hierophant, the Devil to the Devil, and then the Chariot to the 6 of Pentacles. And the bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely a change happening here. Here with the Empress to the Hierophant, this is really about beautiful growth. When we have the Empress card, this is about someone that is abundant, somebody that is able to receive, really, because that's what the Empress does. She doesn't like work for the things that she has. She kind of receives it from the Empire. And being the Empress, she also receives it from the Emperor. He's the one that kind of is sitting there making all the decisions and organizing everything, and she may do some of that as well, but for the most part the Empress is receiving. And it's almost like you've been positioned in some place in life where you were able to start making particular changes, and now it's your time to receive here. And this was a life lesson for somebody, how to become the Empress when they had spent their life as the 7 of Swords, right? Again, the 7 of Swords doesn't necessarily mean lying, cheating, thieving the way that most people read it to be. It's just someone who has to protect themselves, someone who's in survival mode. And with the Hierophant card, this is about the power to loose and the power to bind. What energies do I exhibit and what energies do I contain? And which ones do I want to keep in my story? Which ones do I want to leave my story? And that showing up with the Empress shows that someone is able to do this with grace. Not necessarily being the King of Swords energy, which is very intolerant of certain things. So if you find that you're having lots of intolerance, this may or may not be a reading. I don't know. But when I have the Empress with the Hierophant, someone has learned how to navigate that space with quite a bit of grace. One of the things that's interesting about this Empress card and the Hierophant that I'm going to notice here is that the Empress is somewhat submerged inside the water. And the Hierophant, while not submerged in water, he has this blue garb on. And again, it's on the lower portion of his body. He also has it around his neck. And so there may be this communication about emotions. There may have even needed to be a little bit more recognition of one's own emotions, honoring your feelings, honoring the things that you're going through, honoring your own experience, rather than pushing them away or rejecting them. That doesn't mean always exhibiting them or reacting out of them, because it's not necessarily that someone has been restraining, it's that someone is no longer rejecting, right? So very different things. And here with the Devil card to the Hierophant, this has been someone's lesson to clear up this type of toxicity within self. Usually when I see this kind of energy, it's something towards ourself, right? Not necessarily towards others. It'll manifest that way, but it's because it's something about us to ourselves. So maybe this is a belief of value. For example, do I deserve to feel this way? And do I have the right in this? Should I give myself the space that I give other people? It's something like that someone has had to kind of struggle with. So do I deserve to have the nice things that I want other people around me to have? Do I deserve to be listened to the way that I want to listen to other people? Do I deserve to vocalize and take up as much of the conversation as I let other people take up. It's something like that that's going on here. And we really see that here displayed here with the Six of Pentacles, because the Six of Pentacles is not an equal exchange. The Six of Pentacles is someone here doing a charity service by giving this beggar a handout. And so I think it's really funny when people read this card as an equal exchange, because it's actually quite the opposite that's happening inside of this image. In fact, this man, you don't see him receiving. Is the man receiving at all in this? Or is it just, actually they're both men. Or is it just this character in orange? You don't know. But what you do know is that there's someone who's a little bit better off, who's standing on both their feet, who's looking at somebody who's kind of groveling on the ground and giving them a handout. And this may be the energy that someone had been in previously. The reason why I'm saying that is because the color of the tunic is the same as the color of this person who's receiving this handout. So I think whoever's message this is, you have come to a place where you stopped receiving handouts and you're allowing yourself to receive more. Right? And it's almost like instead of kneeling and saying, hey, like, you know, pay attention to me, notice me, you know, am I valuable enough for this, or can I have this good job? Or it's like the difference between a person who goes to, and this has come up recently, and this is why I'm bringing it up, person who goes to an interview and, man, I just hope that that job hires me, and I really hope that they like me, and I hope I made a good impression. The difference between that energy and someone who walks in and they understand that they're interviewing the interviewer. Like, I'm interviewing you to see if I want to work for this company. Like, it's a two-way street, right? There's a level of confidence over here that's not present here. And I don't know about you, but I know which one I want working for me. Someone that genuinely believes in themselves and they believe in what it is they're trying to sell me, right? So someone here, you've cultivated a greater amount of self-reliance and self-belief, and this has caused a healing that is now allowing another cycle in an area of your life that was hard for you to navigate to kind of pass away. So again, your final cards on this are the Queen of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So I see with I'm just going to say this because it's showing up here, Seven of Cups to the Nine of Pentacles on the very bottom. So there's a change in some sort of emotional space and also a change in some sort of financial space. Again, those are both heart related, and so it doesn't have to be both of them for you. It can be one or the other, but for some of you it is going to be both. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. And if this resonated with you, awesome. Please feel free to like this video and leave a comment. And until next time.